Welcome to this complete guide to understanding road signs. In this video, we'll explain the meaning behind 50 essential signs you'll see every day on the road. Whether you're preparing for your driving test or simply looking to become a safer, more informed driver, this is the perfect place to start. Stick with us as we break down each sign and explain what it means for you as a driver. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss more expert driving lessons. Let's get started. First, this is the crosswalk with flashing lights, ahead sign. And it means drivers are approaching a pedestrian crossing equipped with flashing lights. These lights alert motorists to slow down, stay vigilant, and be fully prepared to stop for anyone who may be crossing the road on foot. This is the Trans-Canada Highway marker, and it identifies a stretch of the iconic National Highway that spans Canada from coast to coast. This route connects major cities, towns, and remote regions. This is the stop, French sign, featuring the word arrête, the French word for stop. Just like any other stop sign, it requires all drivers to come to a full stop at the line or intersection. This is the interstate route marker, 2-digit sign, and it identifies a major U.S. interstate highway with a 2-digit number. These long-distance highways connect states, cities, and regions. This is the halt at major road ahead sign, and it warns drivers that they are approaching a major road where they must stop or yield. This advance notice helps drivers prepare to reduce speed and navigate busy or high-priority intersections with caution. What instruction is displayed on this sign? B. Stop, French. What kind of highway identification is shown here? A. Interstate route marker, 2 digits. What pedestrian safety feature is indicated by this sign? C. Crosswalk with flashing lights ahead. This is the deer area sign, and it alerts drivers to the presence of deer that may be crossing the road, especially near forests or rural landscapes. Drivers should reduce speed, stay alert, and watch carefully for animals that might dart across without warning. This is the diversion for motorists traveling to destination sign, and it indicates that a detour or alternative route is provided to help drivers reach specific destinations. This sign guides drivers along a temporary but safe path to keep them on course. This is the autoroute shield sign, and it identifies a major expressway or highway, particularly in French-speaking areas like Quebec. These high-speed routes are designed for efficient travel with limited stops. This is the maximum speed 60 miles per hour sign, and it sets the legal speed limit to 60 miles per hour on this section of the road. Drivers must not exceed this limit. This is the wig-wag signal sign, and it means drivers are approaching flashing lights, often found at railway crossings or hazardous zones. When these lights are flashing, drivers must slow down, be ready to stop, and proceed only when it's safe to continue. This is the pedestrian crosswalk sign, and it means you are approaching a designated crossing area for pedestrians. Drivers must reduce speed, stay alert, and stop when someone is waiting to cross or already stepping onto the crosswalk. This is the steep hill sign, and it warns that the road ahead features a sharp incline or decline. Drivers should shift to a lower gear, control their speed carefully, and use engine braking to maintain safe handling. What road network is represented by this marker? Autoroute shield. What kind of crossing is shown here? B. Pedestrian crosswalk. What kind of driver redirection is provided here? Diversion for motorists traveling to destination. This is the no straight through sign, and it means drivers are not allowed to continue going straight at the upcoming junction. You'll need to turn either left or right as indicated, helping manage traffic flow and reduce confusion at complex intersections. This is the migratory toad crossing sign, and it alerts drivers to a seasonal wildlife crossing where toads move in large numbers. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra cautious. This is the roundabout sign, and it warns that a circular intersection is coming up ahead. Drivers must slow down, yield to traffic already circulating inside the roundabout, and proceed in a counterclockwise direction around the central island. This is the no stopping sign, and it means that stopping your vehicle, even briefly, is strictly prohibited in this zone. This keeps traffic moving smoothly and prevents blockages in critical areas such as busy intersections, bus lanes, or emergency access routes. This is the narrow two-way traffic sign, and it warns that the road ahead supports traffic moving in both directions, but offers limited space. Drivers should slow down, stay alert for oncoming vehicles, and proceed with extra caution when passing or meeting other traffic. This is the turning right on red is prohibited French sign, commonly seen in French-speaking regions. It means that even if the traffic light is red, making a right turn is not allowed here. This is the minimum speed sign, and it indicates the lowest legal speed that vehicles must maintain on this stretch of road. This helps keep traffic flowing smoothly and prevents slow-moving vehicles from causing congestion or creating hazards for faster traffic. What wildlife crossing is noted by this sign? B. Migratory toad crossing. What traffic pattern is described by this sign? A. Narrow two-way traffic. What speed rule is shown here? C. Minimum speed. This is the cross other side sign, and it encourages pedestrians or cyclists to use the other side of the road for their safety. You'll often see this sign near bridges, construction zones, or areas where one side of the path is temporarily closed. This is the solo motorcycles prohibited sign, and it means that motorcycles without sidecars or trailers are not allowed to use this road or path. This restriction is often applied in high pedestrian zones, narrow roads, or environmentally sensitive areas. This is the no vehicles over height shown sign, and it alerts drivers that vehicles taller than the displayed limit are not permitted to continue. This is especially important before entering tunnels, parking garages, or underpasses with low clearance to prevent dangerous collisions or damage. This is the parking disc sign, and it means that parking is permitted here, but drivers must display a parking disc showing their arrival time. This system helps manage time-limited parking areas fairly and ensures turnover of parked vehicles in busy zones. This is another uneven road sign, reminding drivers that the surface ahead may be bumpy or rough. Reducing speed helps protect your vehicle's suspension and makes the ride smoother, especially if you're approaching dips, potholes, or cracked pavement. This is the no parking from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. sign, and it means parking is restricted during these hours, typically standard business hours. This ensures clear lanes for deliveries, customer access, and traffic flow during the busiest parts of the day. What vehicle height restriction is indicated? A. No vehicles over height, shown. What parking regulation applies in this area? B. Parking disc. What time-based parking restriction is noted here? A. No parking from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. This is the end of road sign, and it means the roadway comes to a complete stop just ahead. There are no through routes beyond this point. Drivers should prepare to turn around or follow any provided detour signs to continue their journey safely. This is the mini roundabout sign, and it alerts drivers that a small circular intersection is just ahead. Even though it's smaller than a standard roundabout, drivers must still yield to traffic already inside and navigate carefully in a counterclockwise direction. This is the junction ahead of a primary route sign, and it means you're approaching an intersection with a major road. Drivers should prepare to yield or stop, depending on the traffic control, and be cautious of vehicles moving at higher speeds on the primary route. This is another tunnel sign, reminding drivers that they are about to enter a tunnel. Drivers should switch on their headlights, reduce speed, and avoid unnecessary lane changes or stops while traveling through the enclosed space. This is the bicycle and pedestrians sign, and it designates a shared path or lane where both cyclists and pedestrians are allowed. All users should travel at a safe pace and be respectful of each other to avoid accidents or conflicts in this shared space. This is the dip sign, and it means there's a noticeable low spot or dip in the road just ahead. Drivers should reduce speed to avoid bottoming out or losing control, especially if the dip collects water in wet conditions, which can make it even more hazardous. This is another parking place sign, and it lets drivers know that parking is permitted in the designated area ahead. However, it's always wise to check for any posted time limits, fees, or permit requirements that may apply, especially in busy urban areas. This is the bump ahead sign, and it means there's a raised area on the road surface just ahead, such as a speed bump or a roadway hump. Drivers should slow down to avoid jolting passengers or damaging their vehicle's suspension when crossing over the raised section. This is another end of motor road sign, and it informs drivers that the specially designated road for motor vehicles ends here. The road may transition to pedestrian zones, bike paths, or other restricted areas not suitable for cars or trucks. What road feature is described here? B. Junction ahead of a primary route. What facility or service is identified by this sign? A. Parking place. What type of road ending is communicated here? C. End of road. This is the maximum speed limit sign, and it displays the highest legal speed drivers are allowed to travel on this stretch of road. Sticking to the posted limit helps prevent accidents, reduce congestion, and keep everyone on the road safe. This is the stop sign, and it means drivers must bring their vehicle to a complete stop at the marked line or junction. After stopping, drivers should look both ways, yield to other traffic or pedestrians, and proceed only when it's safe to do so. This is the roundabout ahead sign, and it means you're approaching a circular intersection where traffic flows around a central island. Drivers must yield to vehicles already circulating inside and enter only when it's safe, keeping the roundabout moving smoothly and safely. This is the checkerboard both directions sign, and it warns drivers that traffic in both directions will encounter a change in the road alignment or layout ahead. It's important to slow down and carefully follow any markings or barriers. This is the two-way bicycle lane crossing sign, and it alerts drivers that cyclists may be crossing the road from both directions just ahead. Drivers should reduce speed, stay alert, and yield to cyclists crossing from either side to ensure everyone's safety. This is the object marker, one direction sign, and it marks the location of a roadside obstacle or hazard that traffic must pass on one specific side. This is the Stop Children Crossing Ahead sign, and it alerts drivers that they are approaching an area where children may be crossing the road, usually near schools or playgrounds. Drivers must reduce speed. This is the gasoline sign, and it informs drivers that a fuel station is available just ahead. Whether you're running low on fuel or planning a long trip, this sign helps you locate the nearest place to refuel your vehicle and continue your journey with confidence. This is the interstate route marker with state 2-digits sign, and it identifies a 2-digit interstate highway along with the state's name. This helps travelers follow major routes that connect multiple cities and states, making long-distance travel easier to navigate. What kind of cycling crossing is indicated? A two-way bicycle lane crossing. What pedestrian-related warning does this sign provide? B. Stop. Children crossing ahead. What driver action is required when seeing this sign? A. Stop. This is the handicapped accessible sign, and it means the area ahead is designed to accommodate individuals with disabilities. This could include wheelchair ramps, widened entrances, or reserved parking spaces. This is the end of controlled parking zone sign, and it marks the boundary where regulated parking ends. Beyond this point, drivers should follow standard parking rules or look for new signage to understand any updated restrictions or allowances. This is the road narrows sign, and it means the road ahead will become tighter, reducing available space for vehicles. Drivers should reduce speed, stay alert, and prepare to share the narrow section safely with oncoming traffic or cyclists. This is the park and ride sign, and it marks a facility where drivers can park their cars and transfer to public transportation like buses or trains. This helps reduce congestion in city centers by encouraging commuters to complete their trips using mass transit. This is another motor road sign, and it signals that the road ahead is specifically intended for motor vehicles. Pedestrians, cyclists, and slow-moving non-motorized traffic are not allowed, ensuring faster and safer travel for cars and trucks. This is the chevron, right sign, and it means a sharp right-hand curve is approaching. The chevron arrows help guide drivers through the bend safely, especially at night or in poor visibility, by clearly marking the direction of the road. This is the turn left sign, and it instructs drivers that they must make a left-hand turn at the upcoming junction. Continuing straight or turning right is not allowed, so drivers should position their vehicles early and signal in advance to safely complete the turn. And that brings us to the end of our road sign explanation guide. We hope you now have a clearer understanding of what these signs mean and how they help keep our roads safe. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more practical driving tips and lessons. Thanks for watching, and as always, drive smart, stay safe, and respect the signs.